Peace, peace. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Ariam
and Yodit.
And you're tuned in to deuxsol Radio.
That's right, your favorite twins are back talking all things music and culture.
Because two takes are better than one, but twin takes
are even better.
And we're back with another episode here on Revolt Podcast Network.
Yes. Before we get into today's episode, we really want to take a moment to acknowledge a huge loss in culture, but specifically in the world of music.
Yes.
The incomparable, deeply talented singer-songwriter and multi-instrumentalist D'Angelo.
The pioneer of neo-soul music, one of the core members of the Soulquarians. He was battling pancreatic cancer and he passed away at 51.
His contributions will always be forever cherished because, like we mentioned earlier, he was multi-talented. His voice is so distinct.
Very.
It was something that felt buttery smooth. Anytime you heard a D'Angelo track, from the smooth instrumentation to the beautiful lyrics, it instantly calmed your nervous system. Any D'Angelo song that you hear is either deeply sensual, calming, and groovy. And that was his gift to the world.
Yeah.
And I think that's why the world is grieving right now.
Yeah.
Because there's no one like him.
Yeah. In addition to his incredible vocal abilities, he was an extremely talented instrumentalist. You would see him go from the guitar to the bass to the drums to, of course, the keys effortlessly. That well-rounded artistry.
Yeah.
It was just so rare.
When you think about his albums, you think about Brown Sugar, Voodoo, Black Messiah. The impact that each project had left is immeasurable and has transcended different generations.
Yeah.
And all of these projects have had amazing songs within it. When you think about Brown Sugar,
yeah,
we think about Lady,
Cruisin'.
How does it feel?
How does it feel?
When we get by, you know, I mean, aside from his own tracks, he was also an amazing collaborator, and he's had a history of collaborating with other like-minded artists. When you think about Raphael Saadiq's Be Here.
I mean, I play that song every day like it just came out.
Yes.
No kidding.
It cranks.
It's such a great duet.
Yes, it was perfect.
Yeah.
Or even if you think about Nothing Even Matters with Lauryn Hill.
Oh my gosh. Countless timeless music.
Yes. He's your favorite artist for a reason.
It's true.
And I think he's one of those revered artists. Though he was elusive, he was very intentional about his career.
Yeah.
And I think that's why he means so much.
His impact, it will be forever felt. And what's so amazing about musicians and artists is that the art that they create will always immortalize them. It will always live on beyond them.
Anyone that's listening to this or watching this, play some D'Angelo in honor of him today, tomorrow, and forever.
Yes.
May you rest in peace. When we think about this past week, Ariam and I have been deeply immersing ourselves in Olivia Dean's The Art of Loving.
Yeah.
Wow.
Non-stop.
What an album. So good for a number of reasons, right? I feel like a lot of people are talking about the project. She's had amazing singles come out of it, from Man I Need, Easy to Love. The rollout has been amazing. The visuals have been stunning. But I really want to take a moment to actually talk about the project and why we think it's resonating with listeners everywhere, including ourselves.
Yeah.
She has this very rich, warm, soulful voice.
Yeah.
And paired with that, she's an amazing songwriter.
She truly is a student of music, and it really shows.
Yeah. The album covers several themes of love, right? You know, falling in love, falling out of love, self-love, love within community and sisterhood, covering all the bases, right? But I think what pulls people in and draws people in is that she's singing about these themes and they touch you, but they don't feel like so visceral, and they're not painful, right? Like when you hear a song about heartbreak, sometimes it's a little too triggering at times. You can't even get through it. But there's something about the way the songs were, you know, built out and pieced together, from the writing to the instrumentation to her tone, that feel like hopeful still.
Yeah.
And matter of fact, but in a good way, because no matter what, the love will always be there. And I think that's the sweetness of it, that she's able to encapsulate in her music and makes people want to revisit the story she's telling throughout the album over and over again.
This album is already so beloved by so many. This isn't her first project, right? Yes. But this album, it's shown huge success. It's entered the Billboard Top 200 at number 8. And so it inspired us to come up with a list of artists that we believe have had incredible sophomore albums and have dodged the sophomore scaries or sophomore slump.
Yes. And not only that, showed the power of a successful sophomore album, right? And like what that does to your career, and not only propel it, but really create a lasting impact. And so this was a fun list for us.
So we're starting off very strong here. Beyonce's B-Day.
Yes.
Now,
you can't have a list like this and not talk about B-Day.
Right. You have to think about where Beyonce was in 2006 when this album dropped, right? She already had amazing success with Destiny's Child. Then she had incredible solo success with her solo debut album, Dangerously in Love, right? And so she's already coming off the heels of that. People are probably questioning, will she be able to do it again? Was that just lightning in a bottle, you know? And so during that time, I specifically remember this on the Oprah Winfrey Show. She, Jamie Foxx, Eddie Murphy, the whole cast of Dreamgirls, they were promoting Dreamgirls. And she talked about how while she was filming this, she was simultaneously recording her sophomore project, and she recorded it in 3 weeks.
You know, every time you think you're working hard, Beyonce proves that you're not
working hard enough.
We're not working hard enough. That work ethic is incredible. I don't know what's more surprising, the fact that she recorded an album in 3 weeks or that she recorded B-Day in 3 weeks, because this album was not only an opportunity for her to prove herself after Dangerously in Love, but it was probably the loudest album I've ever heard her. She really proved that she is a vocal giant. The way she blew down, it was all the hooting and hollering that we want in an album.
Yeah.
And she proved that she's a real performer.
Yeah.
Not that she wasn't in Crazy in Love, but this album was loud and it was big. It took up space.
Had big songs.
Yes. Major songs.
And she was able to debut the album on the US Billboard Top 200 at number 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it made sense. I mean, especially when you go out the gate with Get Me Bodied,
Deja Vu,
Upgrade You. Okay, one thing about Upgrade You, that's probably my favorite Beyonce song out of her entire discography. Like, point blank period.
Yeah.
I stand on that.
Yeah.
I think
it goes very hard.
It goes very hard. It's empowering. The lyrics are layered.
Yeah.
It makes you feel like, you know what? Yeah. I make you look good.
Yeah.
As a woman. And I always loved it. And from the looks, the performance, I mean, she killed it. And so those are just a few songs.
Even Green Light.
Green Light was...
I think that was the first time I was like looking at Beyonce. I was like, wow, she looks so good with dark brown hair.
Yes. She debuted the dark brown.
Yes. That was a look too. That was an era.
Yes. And the aesthetic of the video.
Yeah.
But black and white.
But another thing that I loved about this project was I think she almost had a music video for every song. Almost every song, right?
Did.
And I feel like that set a precedent for her to come out with these visual albums because afterwards you had, you know, her self-titled, you had Lemonade, you had Black is King, where she had a music or a visual paired with each song.
Yeah.
No song left behind. And I think that was just the start of
the idea of a visual album.
Right.
I don't think we'd really seen that many prior to that.
Yeah, I remember feeling like when that album was out at that time, I was like, wow, she has a music video for every song, you know?
I was like, even Sugar Mama?
Yeah.
Kitty Cat
got one too.
Like, everyone got a video.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was so cool.
Yeah.
The idea of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that was the best move for her. And I think, to your point, solidified her.
Yeah.
Her star power.
So B-Day, you made the list.
Yes. So second on the list, we can't make this list and not talk about this album, because to me and Ariam, this is a really important album. But we need to talk about Kendrick's Good Kid, Mad City. That was actually his second studio album, because his first was Section 80. And Section 80 was a really good project. It was actually critically acclaimed. It just didn't have the widespread success that his future projects ended up having. But when Good Kid, Mad City came out in 2012,
came out the right time.
It not only showed what he was capable of doing and made his mark in the genre of hip hop, but it also is a great marker to show the shift sonically of where hip hop was heading, not only for that year, but for the decade, really. And it showed the different approaches and sounds that you can explore with that project. And there's so many songs on that project that really did resonate with people. And I loved it because it was a nice follow-up to Section 80, right? Because, again, this also covered different themes on spirituality, coming of age, loss of innocence, also covering themes on social political commentary, gang violence. Like, he covered on so many things, but it also proved that he's a real storyteller.
That's really what it came down to, was that how gifted he was. Like, his pen game is
crazy,
unmatched.
And he had songs that you can turn up to, but also songs that really did provoke deep thought and discourse. And I think it was so exciting to see that in a fresh way. And there were so many songs on the album that we love. I mean, Money Trees,
Swimming Pools,
Poetic Justice.
The best rap album of that year. Unfortunately, we all know what happened at the Grammys. That very controversial loss.
We're still recovering
but
from,
it
but
doesn't,
it's okay.
It does not take away the greatness of that project and what that led to. You know, it was just the beginning of the rest of his life. I mean, he's a Pulitzer Prize winning rapper. You don't just get there without being great.
He had something to prove, blew us away.
Sure did.
And look at him now. He's literally one of the greatest. So again, another example of the power of a strong sophomore album. Up next, this album had touched so many people in so many different ways and has continued to inspire generations of artists. The late Amy Winehouse's Back to Black. I think this album is indisputably a perfect album. And the fact that it was not only Amy's second album, but final album, says a lot, because this is the album that we were left with before she left us. And it still deeply resonates with people. Amy Winehouse is a timeless talent. We know that. She is incredible. And when she first came out with her first studio album, Frank, she was only 19, which is crazy. And her first album was also critically acclaimed, but it didn't have the same exact reception that, of course, Back to Black had. But what she did with Frank was prove that she got the raw vocals. She's a great storyteller. She has an ear for music. So by the time Back to Black came out, she not only said, I can do it again, but I can do it in a refined way.
She leans to jazz and like the big band sound.
She had that retro feel, but it still felt fresh. And it still connected with listeners.
I think it does. I think it's the balance of it coming from a young person.
And she, you know, she did it masterfully. And I think when you think about all of the songs from the title track Back to Black, You Know I'm No Good, Rehab. Looking back, there were so many songs. There was nothing like it at the time. Although it was her last album with us, it has had a lasting impact. And we are so grateful that, you know, we have the music that she left us with, because it is something that I'm always excited to revisit all the time because of how beautiful it was. So again, another sophomore album that made the list for a reason.
Up next on our list is Paramore's Riot. Now, we are huge Paramore fans. We love us some Hayley Williams.
Girl.
It's really crazy to think that Riot has been able to resonate with the public up until now. And you always forget that that was their second album.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it's like Riot came and there was nothing else
Yeah.
before because it just came out swinging.
Yeah.
You know, it was such a...
There was life before Riot and life after.
Exactly.
Like,
I don't remember before. I don't remember before. You do not think about Paramore without thinking about Riot.
I remember the first time I heard Misery Business. Let's go back to 2007. You and I, we turned on TRL and obviously we were taking in all the music videos, and then this new video premieres. And as soon as the song starts, it is blasting with the band's music. And you're like slapped in the face with it. And you're like, whoa, what is this? And then all of a sudden you see this tiny 18-year-old girl with orange and yellow hair and a quintessential emo haircut.
Yeah.
And as soon as she opens her mouth, that voice that came out, she blew me away. And Ariam and I just remember being like, who is this diva? Who is she?
Yes, with the orange and yellow hair.
The song was so instantly infectious. Like the first time you hear it, I remember that feeling and wanting to go back to I had never heard anything like
that feeling of hearing it for the first time,
especially hearing Misery Business. And the song is truly an anthem. I mean, it's a rallying cry. If you hear this song out, it does not matter who you are. You could be any gender, any age, from any generation.
It's true.
You will be singing your soul out to that song.
Yeah.
It was...
Especially the build up and the bridge.
Yes, the bridge is crazy. And so that just proved out why the album was so powerful and that single was so powerful. The album itself had a great track list.
Yeah,
like
Crush, Crush, Crush.
That's what you get. Yeah, they were just like, you know what? Let's just drop this heat one after the other. And so I think altogether as a holistic project, it changed the game. It was perfectly timed from when it dropped.
And also Paramore stood out mainly because of Hayley.
Of course.
Hayley's vocals, even at that age, I knew she had range.
Yes.
You know, she's just not, you can't just box her in alt music because she had soul. There were layers to the vocals. And I think that's why, particularly Black people, love Paramore because she had range in her voice.
Yeah.
And as Paramore has grown, obviously their sound has evolved and she's been able to push the sound in so many different ways vocally.
Yeah.
And I just love her. I love the band.
They were so young when that project came out. And you think about their different songs. The lyricism was so witty.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there like, could I have written something like that at 18? I don't think I was like that witty. And so I just have so much respect for them now that I'm in my 30s looking back. I'm like, wait, that was clever.
Yeah.
Oh, I like what they did there.
Yeah.
Like hearing the music back.
The album never ages. It never ages because people keep doing DJ mixes, doing covers, doing samples.
Yeah. TikTok trends
galore.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's definitely the blueprint. A lot of these younger singer-songwriters, especially female singer-songwriters, look up to the album, look up to Hayley Williams. Think about Billie Eilish, Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah.
All of these girls have been heavily influenced by Hayley, and this album is definitely something that people look to for inspiration, constant inspiration.
Absolutely.
So again, like we said, that's Sophomore album. If you get it right, it can have an incredible legacy.
And last on our list is the Fugees' The Score.
Yes.
Now, The Score was the follow-up for their Blunted on Reality project. But honestly, I think The Score was what really cemented this group into hip-hop royalty because this project was so dynamic.
Yep.
It was the perfect marriage between real raw hip-hop with hard-hitting lyrics and then amazing, beautiful R&B sultry sounds provided by the Lauryn Hill.
I loved the dynamic and the camaraderie between Pras, Wyclef, and Lauryn Hill all throughout the project. They were clear students of music from the samples, from the arrangement, from the choices that they made on the different singles.
Yeah.
When you think about, obviously, Killing Me Softly,
Roberta
Flack.
I mean, they were able to take a song that's already existed and reinvent it in a way that feels like it's also the Fugees. Like, that is very difficult to do.
Especially a beloved, iconic, legendary song.
Yeah.
To take it and breathe new life into it in the way that they did was really, really powerful. And we saw the response. It was a hit.
It was.
A literal, inescapable hit.
Exactly.
And they made it fresh.
Yeah.
They made it exciting for the generation at the time and for future generations.
Till this day, if you hear it out and about, it feels like it just came out.
Yeah. And you're singing your soul out.
Yes.
You are singing, you are feeling all the emotions.
Right.
And then you have to think about, Ready or Not.
Yeah.
Fuji-La, their ability to, take samples from Tina Marie. They did it in such a funky and fun and infectious way. I think that's why it's such a revered album.
Yeah.
Obviously, we were way too young. We didn't even experience that way. We were just born.
Yeah.
But as millennials, we have a huge appreciation
We
for
have
the
this
project,
attachment
to the project.
Album. Yeah.
And, again, another example of when all the pieces fall together perfectly, you can make a masterpiece of an album. And there's always that expression, right? You're only as good as your last project. And although they had 2 projects as a group.
Yeah. We're totally okay with this.
If this had to be their last project as a group, we are totally okay with this.
Yeah.
What a way to lead that legacy.
Yeah. Leave it on a high.
Leave it on a high.
Yeah.
And so, again, an important album in music, and obviously its influence stands the test of time. Newer generations of artists are heavily influenced by the album and their approach to music and their ways of fusing hip hop and R&B, and they have to give credit to the score.
Yeah. Well, that wraps up our list of incredible sophomore albums. If you have your own list of sophomore albums that have also made a great impact in music, let us know. Comment below. And that wraps up today's episode. If you like what you heard, you can keep up with us on our socials at deuxsol. That's at deuxsol. You can watch us on YouTube and Spotify, and you can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Revolt Podcast Network. If you can hear it, we'll be on it. And till next time, guys. Peace.